Zombie Powder is a series I stumbled upon. It was interesting enough to give it a try, and I am glad I did. Zombie Powder is the story of Gemma Akutabi, and its search to find the 12 Rings of the Dead, which can grant eternal life when all of them are gathered. And I can't not mention this, but Zombie Powder reminds me of Trigun and Steel Bar Run, at least in premise, but with Gamma being an awful wanted criminal, but actually being a decent guy, the world seeming to be this huge desert, post-apocalyptic wasteland or something, as well as the rings being reminiscent of the Holy Corpse. I wouldn't say that the story is anything exceptional in Zombie Powder, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. I do think Gamma was interesting, and wish we got more development and information on him. And there were a ton of parts where the art stands out, and I thoroughly enjoyed those. There's a bunch of different poses and panels and that just look amazing and awesome, which made it a treat visually whenever those would pop up. One thing that makes Zombie Powder much more interesting, and something I didn't realize until after I'd already read a little bit of it, is that it was created by Tite Kubo. Yeah, the guy behind Bleach, and you can absolutely see in Zombie Powder. I finished reading through Bleach in December, so to see Kubo's work prior to it is so interesting, and it's really cool to see what he kept and improved within Bleach. I do really like Zombie Powder, and while I don't think it's amazing, I do think it's worth checking out on its own, or, to at least see Kubo's work before Bleach. Unfortunately, you don't get to see a lot of that, since Zombie Powder was axed. But I still think it's enjoyable and interesting enough on its own, despite that. And I do think that Zombie Powder stands pretty well on its own, even apart from Bleach. And that's why I want to mention that connection, and why I'm going to try to not clickbait with it. I want it to stand on its own feet. Give it a shot, even if you're interested in it all by itself, or even if you're just, you're a Bleach fan who wants to see what Kubo did prior to the series.